Seven Sisters and the gateway to the northeast. Assam is as fascinating as it is mysterious, bound in as much by the mighty Brahmaputra as it is by the fiery Bhut Jolokia, the culinary identity of the Assamese people. Back in 2007, this local legend achieved global stardom when it was proclaimed the hottest chili in the world, creating a fan base from all around the world, including the special guest I'm on my way to meet today.
The Bhut Jolokia is a super interesting ingredient because it's been used in the Assamese culture for hundreds and hundreds of years. But it's gotten this global exposure when it took over for a brief period of time as the hottest chili in the world. And that piqued our interest, especially as chefs, on how it was used and what sort of recipes they use it in, pairing it with what kind of ingredients. And then we kind of take it in ourselves. So when Girish called me and said he's in search of this secret ingredient, I couldn't resist the temptation because it's super fun to go to these local markets and get the best quality of this chili pepper to show them what it truly is.
Kelvin, so all this folklore around Bhut Jolokia, I have read a lot about it, but I guess you have experienced it. Do you find that it's also a bit spicier as it is normally understood to be?
So it's actually quite spicy. The heat that you get from a Bhut Jolokia, it's a very slow, mild building heat, and then it just builds and builds and just smacks you right at the end.
So why this hype around spice and chili? I mean, is it justified?
So eating spicy food like chilies, there's a rush because essentially you're burning your taste buds. Right. So the adrenaline that comes through it, it's an addiction. So you just keep going for hotter and hotter and hotter.
So what I got planned for him is this super special meal that we've planned inside a small little village outside of the city, not in a restaurant, not in your typical setting. We wanted to show him where and how the locals actually use the ingredient in their classic, authentic recipes, things and ways that they would cook for their family for generations and generations, and how the actual ingredient is used. So the only way I could get Girish to truly understand the Bhut Jolokia was also cooking it my way, using a recipe that I learned from my father and adapted it to use the Bhut Jolokia itself. And he would learn and appreciate the true experience of the chili by being my sous chef and helping me out make this special meal.
The old and the new, different as their methods may seem, it's ironic how both come from the same source, family, each taking something from the past, making it their own, and passing it forward, masters in their own right.
So what do you think? What do you think of the Bhut Jolokia?
Well, I must tell you, I've seen the amount of Bhut Jolokia you put. I know you used very little, but I can feel the heat. Especially in your dish, where it hits much later. After a while, it really hits you, and you know how powerful the Bhut Jolokia really is.
One of the most popular questions that you get from customers and clients as a chef is always asking you what the secret ingredient to your dish is. It's pretty obvious when you're serving a dish, there actually isn't a secret ingredient, because the secret ingredient is the best quality ingredients that you can get. It's whatever local seasonal stuff you can get. But for a chef, to us, the secret ingredient is simply cooking honestly and cooking with your heart and soul in each dish, because using your own essence to the dish actually makes the food taste better.